Good evening. I don't propose to address everyone in the dais or the off dais because I don't propose to take a roll call. The time is already 6:35. So just a good evening to everyone. The last speaker of the day always has a very unenviable task cut out for him. Because by the time he gets a chance to speak, the audience is half dead. Therefore, it is up to him, up to the last speaker, either to pull the audience back to life or to push them to the ventilator. I have succeeded in bringing you back to life. The Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. Chandrachud, let out several secrets of my life. In fact, Machiavelli says that the moment you ascend to the seat of power, please kill all persons who know your past life. One of the secrets that he let out today was that I owe most of my learning to my wife. You know, when my parents told me at a very young age that if you want to be a man of learning, you must have the blessings of the goddess of learning. Who is the goddess of learning? Saraswati. And I always believed in shortcuts to success. So instead of going to libraries and acquiring a lot of learning, I thought I will marry Saraswati and take complete control of it. I was always under the impression that God alone has 1,000 names, Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, Shiva Sahasranama. I never knew that I also have Sahasranama. Because somebody called me Justice Ramasamy, somebody called me Justice Subramaniam. Fortunately, nobody called me Subramaniam Swami. I don't know whom you are all thinking about. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul used to say that people make 1,000 interpretations of a very innocent statement I always make. And this is one such innocent statement I made, and I think you have all made a lot of wrong inferences. But I was happy because at least my name is Ramasubramanian. When Justice Narasimha gets a farewell, I think his first name will definitely be killed by many of you. Unless you are familiar with Telugu, I do not think anybody will be able to say Pamidigantam. If anybody can say Pamidigantam Narasimha on the date of his retirement, right now I announce a reward. I am a pauper, therefore that reward will be given to you as and when you make me earn a lot of money in arbitration. About my past life, Chief Justice Chandrachud said something. I should tell you, I did not have the disadvantages that Justice Joseph and Justice Ajay Rastogi had. Justice Joseph had the disadvantage of being the son of an illustrious Supreme Court judge. I did not have that disadvantage. Justice Ajay Rastogi had the disadvantage of being the son of a great civil lawyer. I did not have the disadvantage. Therefore, if you are a first generation lawyer, I think you always stand at an advantageous position. You have nothing to lose. The second advantage that I have today is that I am also the last generation lawyer. My children did not choose law. Yesterday, in a private conversation, some of the advocates asked me why your children did not choose law. I told them that the reason is simple. Both of them want to be law-abiding. Chief Justice Chandrachud talked about the great contributions made by Justice K.K. Matthew. The greatest contribution made by Justice K.K. Matthew is Justice K.M. Joseph and not the judgments. In the Araneya Parva of Vanaparva of the Mahabharata, there is a very famous dialogue between Yaksha and Yudhishthir. It's called Yaksha Prashna. One of the questions that Yaksha asks Yudhishthir is this: Ko modate kim ascharyakaha pantaha ka cha vartika mamaitam chaturaha prasnam kathayitva jalam pisha. Who is happy? What is so surprising in this world? Kim ascharyakaha. Yudhishthir replies, Ahanyahani bhutani gachantiha yamalayam soshasha sthavaramishanti kim ascharyamatah param. See, all of them quoted from Hindi poets. I don't know Hindi. I was also clapping when all of you clapped those couplets. The art of clapping, at the time when you did not understanding, I developed by watching English movies. Because during college days, for the sake of taking pride that I have also watched movies, I used to go to movies. Whenever there were jokes, other people will laugh. It is only therefore I laughed, not because I understood anything. So the reply of Yudhishthir was, Ahanyahani bhutani gachantiha yamalayam soshaha sthavaramishanti kim ascharyamatah param. The meaning of this verse is, day after day, countless creatures are going to the abode of Yama. Yet, those that remain behind believe themselves to be immortal. What can be more surprising than this? In fact, if there is an imaginary conversation between Yaksha and me, and if Yaksha asks me, what is surprising in the world? My reply would be, day after day, judges retire. All of them are praised uniformly at the time of their farewell, with the same epithets. Could there be anything more surprising than this? Oh, Yaksha, will be my reply. But as I said in the morning, I have never been surprised by the speakers on such occasions showering great praises on the persons who are departing, because our Shastra says all hostilities end with death. Joseph Story, who served as the Associate Justice of the American Supreme Court, said way back in 1829, I quote, I will not say with Lord Hale that the law will admit of no rival, and nothing to go even with it. But I will say that it is a jealous mistress and requires a long and constant courtship. It is not to be won by trifling favors, but by a lavish homage. I unquote. It has been 40 years since my courtship with law began, and I do not know if I have won it by lavish homage. But now the time has come to break this relationship, to break this courtship, not on the ground of irretrievable breakdown using Article 142, but on the ground that I have other mistresses too. Namely, hold your breath, namely Tamil literature, mythology, spirituality, mysticism, astrology, classical music. All of you are welcome. Though I have paid occasional visits to these mistresses in the past, I have not done justice to them so far. Therefore, I look at my retirement with a lot of excitement as I propose to have courtship with my other mistresses, of course, in the company of my dear wife. The Tempest, all of you know, was the last play written by Shakespeare. It is the story of Prospero, the Duke of Milan, who is driven out of dukedom. He lands up in a distant island where he becomes skilled in magic arts, with which he takes revenge on his enemies. Eventually, he forgives all of them, and the Tempest play ends with a note of celebration, forgiveness, and harmony. Towards the end of the play, Prospero gives a farewell address. In fact, it is not merely a farewell address by the principal character of the play, but also a farewell address by Shakespeare himself, because Tempest happened to be the last play written by Shakespeare. So, in an imaginary farewell address by a magician, Shakespeare addresses the audience. Prospero, the Duke turned magician, says in his farewell, I quote, "Our revels are now ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, all which it inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rag behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep." I unquote. I thought that this could fit very well into the theme of my song today, in response to the nice words that fell from the lips of everyone here. In a way, as I considered myself, and I was considered by some at the bar and the bench to be a magician. Therefore, I thought that magician's farewell that Shakespeare penned in The Tempest would be appropriate for me to bid adieu to you. So today, I catch up with those who retired yesterday. Mind, all of you, my brothers and sisters, you will also catch up with me tomorrow. With these few words, I thank every one of you. I thank the family members who have all assembled here. My wife, my daughter, my son-in-law. My son should be watching it after it is uploaded in the YouTube. I used to tell them, they don't listen to me, but they now listen to me in YouTube. Thank you very much.